Hey guys, liger0jps here, and here I am again, back with another Q&A, and you can see Strike Freedom, um, MGX Exchange sitting back there. His video is coming up soon, so don't worry about that. But it's time for the Q&A again because I know this is something I kind of like to do every now and then. I did two about 5 months ago. It's time for number three. So, first thing is, what's the longest or worst flight I ever had? And to those who know me really well, or actually I told this, I had two flights. The one I had coming home about 20 days ago. Yeah, 20 days ago, and another one last year, almost a year ago. So the first one from last year was I left from this little island called Palau. And the funny thing is, this island only has one flight coming in and another one going out. So and it's like every other day. So if a flight is coming in, then like the flight will come in that night, and then a few hours later, that early morning, they'll have a flight going out. I mean, that's how they operate. Well, that's from what I was told, but it could be wrong. But I was leaving Palau, went to Guam, sat in Guam for like 6 hours, like something between 4 to 6, because I got there in the morning. I didn't leave until around noon. Then I flew to Japan, to Narita Airport in Tokyo, sat there for about 3 hours, flew to Chicago, was there for about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, and then flew back to Norfolk and then I was just waiting to go home from there. That was literally the worst flight, and all that was happening was still on July 1st. It stayed July 1st the entire time. This one I had coming home was I left May 5th. Guam, flew from Guam, flew to Hawaii, flew to Honolulu, did customs there, and it was the evening, but it was it was May 4th. Sorry if you hear the wind and so long. I got my windows open because my room is kind of hot. I mean, when I'm sitting by my laptop and my PlayStation, it's getting kind of warm over here. But I like it being toasty, but gotta counteract it. But I was in Hawaii for about 4 hours or so because I left there that night, got to Houston in the morning, and sat in Houston for 10 hours before leaving and heading back to Norfolk. Those two are the worst flights because there's the ones where like either I'm stuck in the same day or I'm just very long layovers. Those were the longest and the worst combined. My favorite airport? I do like a lot of airports, but I have to say now, my favorite is Hawaii's. Honolulu's airport is by far my favorite. It's an open air airport, so I didn't mind walking from after going through customs. I don't mind walking to my gate, and you're walking past while you're seeing the planes, getting ready to board people or taking off and all that. It's open air, so a nice breeze will blow by, and I was like, oh, this feels so good. I love this. Hawaii is my favorite. My second favorite airport, if it's not Hawaii, I already know Chicago is like my worst favorite. But my second favorite would be Singapore. I want to say Singapore is my second favorite airport, and after Singapore would be Japan. So Hawaii, Singapore, and Japan would be my top three airports. They're my personal favorites. Um, I wanna, I guess I would have said Italy, but after the issue I had with Italy one time, it's not a favorite. Croatia is okay. Amsterdam's okay too. But there's so many other airports I haven't been to yet. But and there's some I kind of want to go to and some I don't. But as it stands right now, um, Hawaii is still my favorite. Next one was what got me into playing Final Fantasy 14? That would be my friend Crimson Raven, because he's the one who told me about the game like 8, 9 years ago, and I looked it up and I was like, oh, can play this, and I ended up seeing Warrior, and I was like, there ain't nothing that tells you about what the job was, whatever. It just says you unlock it like this. I'm like, huh, Warrior sounds fun. Get into the game, and I was like, Marauder, I'm a tank. I got an axe. Oh yeah, I'm going ham. And thanks to him, I've been stuck in this game ever since. What games do I play most? Final Fantasy is the one game that has the most time spent in it. But if it's not Final Fantasy, Neptunia games, Hyper Dimension Neptunia, Mega Dimension Neptunia, those games I put time in. What else? Kingdom Hearts, not so much. Gundam games are the biggest one for me, because I just recently got another Gundam game I can play. And I was feeling stupid because I thought the controller I had wasn't working, and then I realized it's because I'm using it through the Xbox app on my computer. I can't play it. I can't use that controller. It just acts like a mouse. It acts like partial controller, partial mouse. So go figure, I can't use it. So I had to use my PlayStation 4 controller, which works normally. But Neptunia games, Gundam games, those usually are the games that takes up most of my time. And sometimes Borderlands. Or Elden Ring. And now Warframe is getting into the mix again. Do I ever plan on streaming again? Yes, I do plan on streaming again. It's just sometimes I just need to find a motivation to it. And also, my OBS Studio and Streamlabs OBS, I need to reset them both up. So that's also sort of my time. And I'm trying to get something else set up with it too, which is this. I want to get my Oculus 2 set up. I'm not sure, it's not called Oculus 2, it's the Meta Quest 2. Some call it the Oculus 2, some call it Meta Quest 2, but I do want to get this set up to work on my computer, or laptop I should say, but I haven't got time. I haven't gotten around to doing it. I've been tied up with other stuff like a lazy idiot. Do I plan on building more Gundam models? Yes. The Zeta Gundam, I have it built. I had the review. I just gotta put the stuff together and then upload it. That'll be done. And by Zeta Gundam, I mean the Verka. And then I also have this guy's back here trying to grab you. I got his review I need to do and upload. I already did part 1. I need to do part 2, and then once I've done that, I'm all squared away. And that'll be it for him. By the way, that thing's a nice build too, but it took forever. That took me close to a week to do. Close to a week, but not a week. I'd say it took me about 4 days. 4 or 5 days, give or take. Has my family ever bragged about me? I don't want to say all the time, but there's been times that, unbeknownst to me, that yes, they have bragged about me. I just heard about one recently. And what is it about? My Gundam collection. So basically what happened was, my cousin who lives up in Northern Virginia was telling me that one of his friends was talking about his collection, and he said, oh no, you need to see my cousin and his collection. It will blow you out the water. And now this is a thing that, all my fans says, his collection is way bigger. You need to see it. Expensive, and bigger. So it's one of those things. Will that guy ever come to see it? I heard he wants to come see it, but as of now, I don't know. Besides, I don't let nobody touch my Gundam models. That thing's, I already spent enough on it, and I don't want to have no more touching and other stuff. Who's my most go-to friend? Oof. Honestly, my most go-to friends, so There is one girl I go to, and she's my caffeinated bestie. I go to her almost a lot. I went to her for advice, even though she is younger than me, but I went to her for advice. We just talk about anything, and she's always nice to lend an ear, and I do the same for her, but she's my bestie, and I always appreciate her. On the other side, on the male side, that would be my brother, the one who helps me with Savage and Ultimates from time to time. He also helped listen to me and was there for me when I had troubles with my ex-girlfriend. He really lent me an ear and helped me keep my head up and not drag myself through the mud. So I also appreciate him for that. This one was personally asked about my brother. What motivates you in your life? Um, what really motivates me? That's really hard because the thing is, I'm so simple and laid back, and I'm just easygoing that it's hard to say. Mainly because I prefer to be chill, peaceful, laid back, but I do like to have my moments and be cracking jokes and having fun. But I think what motivates me in my life is just the will to go out there and do things and see other people happy and people who actually appreciate me for what I do. They see me do something great. They actually support me, believe in me, give me more motivation to keep pushing myself higher and harder. Which actually is sort of the reason why I'm pushing myself now and actually trying to work my way up even higher on my this job scale, trying to get more promotions. Even though some say I shouldn't do it, I'm sticking by it with others to actually push forward. My biggest accomplishment in my life? Oh man. So this is sort of thing because people say, "Oh, you look kind of out of shape," or "You look like which is weird because this is just me sitting at home and I just kind of and I say this loosely, semi let myself go. It's just my vacation, it's my relaxed time, but I also kind of fool people thinking they think I'm lazy, but I'm actually more active and semi-fit than they think. Like, when I'm at home, I'm one way, but when I'm working, I'm like a whole nother person. But my biggest accomplishment in my life was people thought, oh, he's just going to be overweight and heavy. And like, no, I surprised them. And this before I had all the injuries. Even still with the injuries, I'm still able to do this where I would knock off a lot of weight in no time and I come back skinny. And then I just slowly put it back on. I let my body weight fluctuate, but I'm also getting to that point. Now, due to my age, I kind of want to stop doing that. So now I'm going to hard will myself to stop doing that. And also, part of that was also that I changed my diet and part of my lifestyle living. So that really helps me motivate me so I lose the weight and I can keep it off. And actually, I'm already proud enough that my weight will never go past a certain point. And now I'm working on it even more to make it drop down further. My next goal is to make sure my weight never goes over 220. And then after that, I will probably be happy that if I can push it down to 210, I'll be grateful because I don't mind being 210. But I'm slowly keeping my weight down below a certain point, and I'm always staying active enough. Even when I'm home, it's like my family and friends don't think I'm active enough. They think, you only sit in front of your computer all day or whatever, or you just sleep. They're like, we understand you're jet lagging, whatever, but you just sleep. Or you're like, no. Actually, you just wait for it. It actually shows. And actually, they did put me on a scale, and they thought I would have been like, they was taking a wild guesses saying I was going to be like 235, 240 or something like that. Surprisingly, they didn't realize that they think because I sit home, I don't move. It's the opposite. I move around. I always stay moving around. I'm actually I'm around 220 right now. I think I put on about 2 pounds, but I'm thinking it's in around somewhere between 220, 222. Give or take. I'm in that area, but I was less than that coming home. But I just put on a few pounds, but I'm probably going to take it right back off anyways. Twitch notification. But yeah, That's my thing. Is I like to keep the weight down. People I always get this. How do I become your friend? Survive 5 minutes through the vibe check with me, and you're A-okay. You're a friend. And also, don't be a dick. And don't give me anything that shows me you have red flags right off the back. But even if you do have red flags, just try to keep them minor. But also, if you want to be a friend, don't be one of those people like, hey, I got a new friend, and then start ghosting me. That is no bueno. Also, because at that point, I'll be like, who are you again? Oh, yeah, that person who wanted to be my friend, and you don't talk to me. Like, I understand, but hey, at least, if you want to be a friend, at least, even if it's every other day or so, at least say hi to me. That's all I ask. I don't ask much for anybody, especially if you're going to be a friend. What's my life like, and is it enjoyable? I mean, my life is just as mundane and the same like everybody else. Oh God, Twitch notifications, stop. Okay, I get it. The V Shoujos and the horror game community says now I'm going live. I get it. No, Zentreya and some Psycho. All of them they just went live, but I don't mind it. Something to watch later anyways. But my life, I mean, I travel the world. I get to see places. I get to go places. I get to buy stuff. I get to enjoy my life to the fullest. So to me, it's enjoyable enough. And I mean, considering that, single, I'm not tied down to nobody. I guess you can say it's the enjoyable life, but I'm not saying I'm fully enjoying it because, I just haven't found that partner I'm looking for just yet. But it's neither here nor there. Oh boy, this is the biggest, funniest one I know. I wasn't expecting this one, but seeing it, I had to laugh. What's the difference between me nut busting someone and others killing other people by mistake in Final Fantasy? So the thing is, I know there's a clip on my YouTube of a tank I had who just killed like half the party in tight and hard mode. He killed all the DPSs and the healer because he kept provoking and pointing tank busters at them. That is just killing and being annoying. When I kill somebody, especially with a tank buster, or I rescue them, I think I don't have a clip of it. I rescue somebody to death doing Susano hard mode, but that's just me trolling. But it's funny, also not expected because you don't see it coming. When I do it, it's for humor. It's for the laughs. And I'm like, oh, you're not paying attention? Well, I'm going to make sure you pay attention now. Like my best friend, Terabyte, she knows if I nutbuster somebody, especially her, she knows it was just warranted and it was coming. Besides, I owe her about 3 nutbusters as it is because I haven't given her one this expansion. She needs 3 of them because 1 for each raid tier. It's coming sooner or later. You're going to catch it. Or I'll catch her in the 24-man. Like, I get clips of it, like, either on my YouTube or more or less on my Twitter that I would nutbuster people. Or even put it in Discord to other people to see. Yeah, I will nutbust you. Just because you think, oh, I'm just doing my job and I'm not looking. Oh, I'm always looking, waiting to catch you next. Just catch you, just like, catch you. And I would do it. Man, see, that's why when I nut busted somebody, it's for the laughs and the humor. And I only do this with friends. I rarely ever do this with randos. And if it does happen with randos, it's just by the will of the Nep gods, I will them to come near me and get busted. That's it. That's all I can say. I mean, it's funny. And the end of the day, yeah, they're going to probably laugh or be a little salty, but I didn't do nothing intentional. Not something worth being reported over either. Have I ever spent more than I ever planned to? Yes. Easy answer is yes. And this has happened a few times. Well, it doesn't happen often. It only happened last year when I was in Japan, when I was in Yokosuka, Yokosuka and Yokohama. So I took a day off. I would take a day off and I go to Tokyo. And I had a friend who was nearby, so I went to go see her. We did some shopping, but when I left her, I did a little bit more shopping and spent more than I was actually intending to spend. I had more stuff to come back with. But I ended up giving it to her anyways because it was stuff for her that I was like, here's a little surprise gift for you. Because I bought her more Gundam models, and since she likes high grades, I like master grades. See, like I like the 100, the master grades, and I'm starting to get into the full mechanics, the RE100s. She likes the real grades and the high grades. She thinks smaller is better and cuter. And some of them are even more detailed. Plus, she gets into painting and all them. She does the whole painting, the airbrushing, and all that. Like, I saw one of hers, and I showed a picture of one of my models. My my General Rebels Hazel with the Defensor AB unit. She saw what I did, and she was like, "Oh, that's nice." She tried to get me to do one of them, do one of the models with her, but I was like, I can't do those smaller ones. My hands don't cooperate with me for those. Then again, barely cooperate with some of these master grades, like Sazabi and Hyakushiki, and a few others, especially their hands. Yeah. Or MGEX Unicorn. That one did not cooperate with me and my hands. We was fighting on that one for like days. I'm sorry. I was fighting days with that one. But yeah, Japan has made me spend more. Like, in more than one occasion. I'm like, okay, I'm going to Eorzea Cafe, gonna eat, and then go to Monster Hunter Cafe, eat, and chill, kill time. But because I left early, I got there like 2 hours ahead of time, I could spend the money and like, oh, snap. I just spent more money than I was planning to. Oh, well, it was fun. Who cares? Worry about it later. Buy some A to Z stuff from there. Fun times. I ain't complaining. But I probably have to learn to not do it again. Have I ever done giveaways before? People don't think I do, but I have done 5 giveaways so far, all on my Twitter. And no, my Twitter is not my username. I have 2 Twitters. One is for gaming, though I'd probably delete that one because I don't really use it, but I'm going to try to use it. Used to have 3, one for my IRL stuff. I got rid of that because I don't really use it or post to it. And I just didn't want somebody up there following me. The second one I use, which is my backup, is the one I use for my gaming when I put some of my clips up there. Which is funny because I got, I think, some Gundam clips, some Yu-Gi-Oh clip. I think one Gundam clip, one Yu-Gi-Oh clip, and a few Overwatch clips up there. Yeah. Oh my God, he plays Overwatch. What's wrong with him? And then give me a break. I just played it for reasons. Yeah, I really didn't care much. I think I did 1 season and that was it. It's just not for me. Okay. But yeah. But on my current one, which I won't talk about because it doesn't use my name, but it uses a different name. I did 5 giveaways. My bestie Terabyte could tell you about it because I think she's entered every one and got something out of it, or almost every one. A few of my friends and a few Discord saw it and they entered, got stuff. Even a few people who follow me on Twitter got entered and they won it. It was like prize giveaway. I think I did money giveaways and I did prize giveaways, like a prize of their choice. They just tell me what it is, and I had it paid for and sent to them. Like one, even though I think I kind of went a little biased and helped out one to give her a little helping hand. But I know one of them, she wanted a 2B stat figure, the Play Arts Kai, I believe. So I got her that. Another one wanted a new desk, so that was sent to her. And another one needed an SSD for a computer. So So that was like the first one, and the rest was like giveaways or whatever. So I paid people. So I paid them, and this actually helped. In some cases, helped some people out. I know one person was like, they entered, um, and they was like, they did, they answered the bonus. So I was like, since you answered the bonus, here it's extra. And he's like, oh my god, this is helped so much. It pays my sub. It, and I was like, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna hold you to the. You can't tell me no because I paid your sub. I don't do that to them. I might do more in the future, or maybe more, but I don't know. It's just times. I did have one more plan, but I don't know if I want to do it just yet or not. It's gonna be a doozy. So, I don't know why people ask me this, because it's funny, but what's my favorite Gundam model? That's the... Actually, it's hard to say. Because, like, okay, my favorite Gundam is the Strike Freedom. Like, hands down, I love the Strike Freedom. It's my favorite Gundam. Like, I like the Strike Freedom, but I'll also like the Unicorn Gundam, or the Full Armor Unicorn, or the Final Battle version Unicorn. No, not Full Armor. Final Battle version Unicorn, which is basically the MGEX Unicorn. That version. I like that one. I also like the Double O Riser. One of my personal favorites. And those like main lines, like anime ones. I also like New Gundam and High New, but New Gundam also gives me, the model gives me PTSD with those funnels. But I think my favorite Gundam model? Oh god. That's hard because there's so many favorites I have. Wing Zero is a favorite. Zeta is sort of a favorite. Excess Gundam's a favorite. Double Rise is a favorite. Hainu, Sazabi, Double Zeta, Barbatos, Heavy Arms, Death. A lot of them is favorite because every model I buy is something I like. Even the ones that gives me PTSD all the time. Crossbone Gundam X1 Full Cloth. New Gundam, but if I had to say which one is my personal favorite Gundam model, I hate to be like this, even though I was gonna... Destiny's also a good favorite one, but this is my favorite This is my favorite Gundam model, the MGEX Strike Freedom. Even though it was a pain in the ass, it's my favorite. I like it. It's a different design from what I'm used to seeing, but it's a favorite. What Gundam took me the longest to build, and which one took the fastest one to build? The fastest master grade I had that I built, and it took me hardly no time to build, would be the Heavy Arms. Heavy Arms EW. The Heavy Arms Custom took hardly no time. That thing was like, I opened the box, took it out of plastic, built. I was done in no time. He was faster. Wait, is Sandrock not missing? Oh, he is holding it, I think. It just doesn't look like he's holding his other heat. It's just the angle. I'm just blind without glasses. But yeah, the Heavy Arms EW took the shortest time to build, and the next one behind him was Nitaku, but the Ultron, but Heavy Arms was the fastest. The longest one that I had to build, I don't remember, but it's a tie. It's a tie between Sazabi, MGX Unicorn, and... where is it? Oh, the Full Armor Double Zeta from Gundam Sentinel. Those three are like the tie for the longest ones it took me to build in terms of a master grade. And I'll explain why. So, let's start off with the Full Armor Double Zeta. That one took the longest only because the manual is laid out
but it doesn't tell you what plates you're using, and because there's so many plates, I have to sort them and be like, okay, I need this plate, this plate, this plate, find them, and then like, okay, now I got these parts, and then I got building extra parts from like in different colors. I'm like, and then I had to pull out the other double Zeta Vercaz manual, and then go looking through that, and I'm like, oh, I can build a second head. Oh snap! Beam sabers and other stuff. Yeah, it took a long time to do that one. Sazabi was just tedious in certain areas, especially his backpack. Oh boy, those funnels. Ew, that was a nightmare. And MGX Unicorn is just the way the menu tells you to build it. You're starting with the chest to building up to the waist and the arms, the head, and the legs. No. That how I messed up the first one. I went from the waist and then I started building around it to make sure it worked. Because that thing was, whoo boy. It was a nightmare. But yeah. The fastest one I ever built is Heavy Arms. And right behind it is Ultron. Nobody else is just as fast as he is. Not even a Strike Sword and Launcher. The Isaac Jules Zaku was kind of fast, but compared to Heavy Arms, I don't think he was that fast. But he was fast. Dynamis was semi-fast, but not as fast. Like certain ones were fast, but when I look at others, they're not as fast. Not even Exio or Barbatos. But yeah, the longest three, those top picks I named, the MGX Unicorn, Sazabi, and the Fats. Full Armor Unicorn kind of gets up there too, as well as the Excess Gundam, but honestly, they really don't come close or really come up that high up there on the list of being like, yeah, it took a long time to build. Not even the Rozelles, and just looking at them, they don't compare. And how much is my Gundam collection worth? I think I spent over $3,000 on every Gundam model, including the 2 perfect grades. I know a few of them alone, just by the retail, the price I paid for them is about over 200, about 250, and that's 2 perfect grades alone is 500. The 2 MGX Unicorns is about another 500, so that's 1,000 right there. MGX Strike Freedom, he's up there as well. The Fats was also about 250, so there's 1,500 spent right there. So yeah, I already see I'm already spent quite a bit. I'm about the 3,000 mark. And remember, how much I have altogether is roughly about 80. I think it's about 80 models or so. I spent quite a bit. Do I collect anything other than Gundam models? Well, of course, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah, see? I have Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Quite a bit of them too, that, go to the store, buy them, and whatever. Like, and just recently, I just bought some Yu-Gi-Oh cards from overseas. Just recently too. Like, this, a speed duels. It's like 4 decks in there that you get to go in. The Rainbow Dragon. And the Beware Trap Tricks. I want to say that was another one I purchased too. Oh, I think it's called The Fallen of Albaz, but I have quite a bit. I'll have to do another video on all those cards later. But yeah, I spent quite a bit too. But compared to those, I haven't spent much. And some of those cards I did get in those packs are some of the same cards I use in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Like the Chaos Dragon Levineer, I have that card, I'm using it. There's also a few others. But yeah, it's nice that I have those to get They're just my hobbies right there. Gundam and Yu-Gi-Oh. So yeah, that's it for Q&A number 3. I know this went on quite a bit. Like, 35 minutes long. Should have made this a 2-parter, but who cares? So, I'll see you guys later. Until then, ciao.